Can Do Both podcast. I'm still Courtney.
This is still Ashley.
And you are entering part 2 of the Boston episode.
All things Boston. So if you guys listened to last week's episode, we did part 1. We covered different boroughs. I feel weird calling them boroughs because I don't think
New York.
No, yeah, it's not New York, and I don't think anybody in Boston refers to them, but different areas, we're going to call them boroughs in Boston. So last week, if you haven't listened, go back. We covered all things North End, all things Back Bay, all things South End.
Yes.
From our perspective. Great recs, mostly restaurants, because all we really do is eat and drink.
Literally.
What else do you do in the city? You know, it's
you
hard.
walk around and look at shit.
Exactly. So today we're going to be covering the other half of Boston.
Yes, we are. And we're going to start with Seaport.
Seaport. This one's a touchy one because it used to be my everything. It used to be my goal. It was on my vision board. Everything I wanted to be was Seaport. And now that is just so not the case.
Really?
Yes.
Ever since the South End came into your life?
Ever since I toured apartments in the Seaport.
Oh.
It is so crazy. They're all just like cookie cutter, beautiful, brand new buildings, but they are so expensive and you get so little square footage.
Yeah.
And you just have what everybody else has. There's no character. There's no history.
Yeah.
This is so random, but it's also really windy there.
Oh, yeah, because it's whipping. It's right on the water.
It's
and
right
it's
on the
whipping
water.
around the big high rises.
Which is not the vibe when it gets cold out, which it is here for 3/4 of the year. Like, it is very uncomfortable to be in the Seaport in the wintertime.
Damn, so we're starting off with the knots.
I know, sorry. Let's start with Rex. Okay, so let's talk about Seaport in general. Yeah, the vibe in Seaport. So brand new, very modern, on the water. You walk down there, it feels very futuristic.
It doesn't feel like Boston at all.
No.
It could be any other city, to be honest with you.
Yep.
And sometimes, like, for some, that's the appeal of it, is that it feels like other cities. Like, it feels like you could be in, like, a Chicago or, like, definitely, you don't feel like you're in New York, but, like, it's a similar vibe, you know?
Yeah. With the big skyscraper, large, new glass buildings.
Exactly. But when I think of the Seaport, I just think of finance daddies. You need to have money in order to live there. And they do have a lot of, like, the investment banking or, like, finance companies within Seaport.
It's also right next to the financial district. So a lot of people who work downtown live in Seaport.
Exactly. And that's just, like, the vibe of the people, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's very, like, clean cut.
Preppy.
Definitely more preppy.
You're either preppy or, like, you're clean, like, streetwear, if that makes sense.
Yes. I would say you most likely moved from another city.
Yes.
And you came to Seaport and you looked at the rest of the city and you were like, this is a shithole. I'm going to move to Seaport.
Yeah.
Because it's new. Yeah. And you have air conditioning.
I feel like this is not true for everyone that lives there, but I feel like it does have the stereotype of, like, a little bit more pretentious. Like, you're more luxurious than most, as you deserve to be if you can afford to live there.
Yes.
But it's definitely more like, ooh, like, you live in the Seaport? Like, who is your daddy or what do you do for a living?
Yes, you know? Exactly. You're not, your average Joe living in the Seaport.
No.
We kind of sound like Seaport haters, like wannabes almost in a way. That's not the vibe I'm trying to give off. It's just like
I think that's just the stereotype of it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, the stereotype of the North End is, like, Italian mafia.
Yep.
It's like they all have slight truths to them. Like, Back Bay is, like, old money, like, famous people, like, character, whatever. South End is the young parents.
Families.
And finance daddies are the Seaport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that's it. There's
I
an
would
archetype.
agree.
And the TikTokers.
Yes.
You would fit in so well there.
I wanted to fit in there for a while.
And then you were more realistic.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So something, I don't know if this is a character flaw. Oh my God, my foot is getting a Charlie horse.
No.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay, I think it's okay now. But a character flaw of mine was...
You drink more water.
I know, I haven't really drank a lot of water today.
Water break.
But today was Tuesday when we're recording this, and on Tuesdays in July, it was the last one, Starbucks does half off of their iced drinks. So I got my final half off of my Starbucks drink today.
I didn't get one this summer.
I'm really sorry.
Yes.
That's horrible. But okay, back to my character flaw. When I was looking for apartments there, the reason I hated it so much was because I just knew that if I were to get a place that was in one of these cookie cutter buildings, I would have what everybody else has. And I hate the feeling of being like everybody else. So the reason I opted for the South End or something different was because it's very unique. Like nobody else is going to have what I have. And that's how I feel about clothes. That's how I feel about everything in my life. I don't want what everybody else has. I want to be different.
Yeah.
So that's
valid.
That's how I feel about the Seaport.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But like they're beautiful. And one day maybe when I have a ton of money and I can get, the penthouse, that's something that not everybody else has, then, I'll move my way over there. But for now it's not on the budget.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it is. But that's not a character flaw. That's just, that's valid. Some people prefer to, be one of the crowd and other prefer to not. And that's totally good.
Thank you for validating me.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
So there's also a lot of great things in the Seaport.
Absolutely.
Specifically, a lot of great restaurants.
Yeah, literally.
A lot of new places. So because it's I don't even want to say it's up and coming because it's already like up.
It's
already coming.
It's already up.
Yeah, it's here. It's here. But because it's so new, there's so many new restaurants and buildings and all things new are there. So restaurants. Should we just start naming them?
Mm-hmm.
Committee used to be my favorite. Yeah,
so
I love Committee. It's Greek, Mediterranean. Yeah. They have this like feta, honey.
Oh man, stop!
Like covered in sesame seeds. Yeah, so good. Drinks are really good. However, I went the other week and it didn't blow me away. I was like so excited. It used to be my favorite restaurant.
Maybe it's because you've been expanding your palate and trying all these amazing South End restaurants.
It might just be.
You have more to compare it to.
Yeah, but I like Committee a lot. I think it's a cool vibe.
I feel like it is one of the more expensive places just because the sizes, the plates are super small. And the drinks, I feel like they're amazing, but they're definitely more like involved. It's like hibiscus, like
they're like nice cocktails.
Yeah, it's like hibiscus infused. Like a shot will come on fire, like that type of vibe.
Order a spicy marg. It's not on their menu, but it comes out. They'll make it for you, and it comes out with this little like hot chili pepper on it, and it's stunning.
That's hot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lovely one. On the flip side, I'm gonna say the Barking Crab.
I love the Barking Crab. We've had great memories at the Barking Crab.
Guys, this is literally a restaurant. I mean, if you have been to Boston, you probably know what this is. It's like very much one of its kind. It's on the water and it's literally on a dock and it looks like it was like washed up. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just like old and rickety and wooden. And it's just like fried food, like lobster rolls,
all
like
things
probably
seafood.
Yeah, just you're not going there and you're to get a salad. Like that's just not what it's for. But the drinks are just amazing. And during like a hot summer day, like on the water, just like having a beer, like whatever it is that you're drinking, it's honestly just a vibe. And if you've ever seen the movie The Game Plan with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Madison, whatever the hell her last name is, from back in the day, the Disney movie. It's where Madison had her allergic reaction in the movie.
This is all news for me. I have no idea what you're talking about, but
yes, you've seen it.
A good fun fact.
Yeah, it is. It's fun.
And should we jump into a quick story time?
Sure, go ahead.
Because if you happen to just be living in the North End for the summer with your best friend and you have friends visiting and you want to take them out and you take them to the Barking Crab and you happen to meet a guy at the bar who drove his boat there and you offer him, if we buy him a drink, if he'll bring you on your boat, and he might just take you and all of your girlfriends on his boat. And
oh my God.
Drive you around the Boston Harbor and then drop you off in the North End.
So that was one of the more riskier experiences and decisions we've made as friends.
Yep.
We made it out alive to tell the tale, but that did in fact happen. We walked across the bridge one day from the North End to the Seaport, And we said, you know what? We need this summer a man or a friend with a boat. And someone actually came up to Ashley at the bar at the Barking Crab saying, would you like to come on my boat? And we answered, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yep.
Mind you, a man in his 40s.
Alone at the bar.
Alone.
Not cute.
Wearing a wife beater white tank top. Stained. And he said, you can all come on my boat if you buy me a drink first.
So you know I immediately screamed the bartender's name and got this man a drink.
So that was red flag number 3.
Yep.
Then we proceeded to go on this boat that was rickety and old and falling apart. It was a Sea Ray. It was like it had an underneath, whatever those are called. I forget.
Yeah, I got some cute pics on that boat.
Yeah, you did. He also asked if any one of us knew how to drive the boat because he needed to go find his weed.
This man pulls out a massive Ziploc bag of weed.
Probably a pound of weed or something.
Something ridiculous.
As Ashley's driving the boat out of the harbor, literally, in that very moment, we were all just like, well, this wasn't a right decision, but it's too late now.
It's too late now. We have to make the best of it.
So at least we're all together, you know?
You're also missing a key part of the story where you broke your toe. Yep.
So we get on this boat, and like I said, this boat is not up to par. What was it safe to be floating? Unsure still to this day. But yeah, so 2 of our friends sat down on what appeared to be a chair, but there wasn't a lock in. I don't think the lock existed. Nope. Or it just wasn't in right. And both of their weight fell on my poor foot, and my I think toenail came off. My toes were fucking broken. Yeah. And I was just bad omen after bad omen after bad omen. Why are we on this boat?
Yeah.
But it was much better than a walk back to the North End. We just pulled up on the dock.
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite days. It was just very unexpected and so spontaneous.
Yeah.
And dangerous, but because we made it out alive, it was worth it.
I tell people that story and they're like, are you kidding me?
It doesn't seem real. It seems like we're lying.
Yeah, except I obviously documented everything on my Instagram story.
Of course.
And Snapchat story back in the day. And everyone responded, are you girls okay? Did you make it back? That was so stupid of you. Whose man is that? Everyone was genuinely concerned for our health. Meanwhile, we were blasting music, singing. I just broke my toe. I'm fucking holding it up, trying to get some air. It was just not. It was chaotic.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So Barking Crab, if you want to have a good time.
If you want to find a man with a boat, go there.
Yes. If you go under the bridge where you will pass a Boston Tea Party, you will see Lolita on your left-hand side. In the summer, they have a little outdoor patio. Super cool. Great for after-work drinks. Go and get the spicy cucumber marg.
Just going to say that.
Delicious. The way that they cut their cucumbers, they give you the 2 little black straws. You can use them as chopsticks and you can eat the cucumbers, and it's a dream and a half.
Lolita really is so good. I miss that place.
Yeah, fire flames for
also,
sure.
If you decide to not go for after work drinks and decide to actually go for a night out, it's definitely more chill. It's more bar scene, but they do have a back area where they have a DJ, and it's very fun. I would just like to warn you beforehand about the size of their shot glasses. It's more than a double shot glass. It's disgusting. If you have one shot, you're literally on the floor.
Courtney and I also pretty much blacked out there after when your cousins came. We went to dinner, and then we went there, and then we fell into a bush at Encore.
Yeah, and then the Uber driver didn't want to let me into his Uber because I couldn't formulate words or stand up. Yeah, so we've had a fair share of nights like that at Lolita, so just be careful.
Yes. Yes.
What's next?
A couple other ones I can like rattle off the top of my head. I went to here tonight. Bar Taco. I know it's a chain, but like it's cute, outdoor. They don't take reservations, but you can call ahead and get on their wait list. It's really great. You can order everything through a QR code on your table. So it's really good to like meet up with friends. Like everybody's responsible for their own bill, and like people can leave, come and go as they'd like.
That's awesome.
So I love it there. Right across the street, Trillium. They have like a rooftop. More beer and wine vibes, mostly beer. Kind of cool. Basic. Yeah. But like a good after work spot.
Yeah. Drink is one that's been on my list. It's the cocktail bar without a menu, so that you basically just tell the bartender what you're into and they'll come up with some sort of concoction.
It's kind of hard to find. Like there's no signage on the street, but just look it up on your phone. Realistically, someone will probably be walking by and be like, "Are you looking for drink?" That's happened to me. And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, it's right in here. It's through this door." But it is very cool. Like you go to the bar, they only have bar snacks, so you're not really going for food. And you just straight up tell the bartender, "Hi, I like tequila and spicy," and they'll just make you something.
That's fun.
It's like so fun.
I feel like that'd be a fun like date spot. You would like learn about the person, and it's kind of like an activity. It's not just like sitting down, you know.
Yeah.
And eating something. One newer thing that Sophia just told me about that I'm like, holy moly, I must go. A place called Spin. It's like a ping pong bar. Have you heard of it?
I haven't been, but my work hosted an intern event there, so the interns were telling me about it.
Did they enjoy it?
Yeah, they loved it. They said it was really fun. Going off of that, there's a place called Flight Club, which is also like more of an activity vibe. They have automated dart boards, and they have different games that you can play on them. It is so fun. I think you have to reserve it based on the hour. So I think you have to pay like $60 or $40 or something for the hour. But honestly, it's so worth it if you have a big group of people. Get the they have, it's like the bee's knees or something. It's like a gin honey drink, and the drinks are just incredible, and their food's honestly really good.
I totally am with you. I to this day have had the best cocktail I've ever had in my life by just telling the bartender similar to drink like flavor profiles that I really love. It was essentially like a cucumber skinny spicy margarita, the way that I typically order them, but it was like not on the menu, and it was the best drink I've like had in a very long time. And I don't remember the bartender's name, but I remember what he looks like, and I will hunt him down one of these days. Anyway, something not food and drink related. The Seaport always has really great like pop-up shops and activations. So like in the winter they have their Snowport, which is like
so cute,
hundreds of like vendors, some Christmas related, some not, and it's just like nice, something to do outside. And this summer they also have like an activation as well. I believe they're like black square like build out houses that they actually give to small businesses. I like learned about this through work. I didn't realize like the criteria for the people that get selected for these pop-ups, but it's actually really awesome. They're all part of this like curriculum that teaches them how to like build a brick and mortar presence. So they tend to invite like e-com businesses that are unsure if they want to have their own brick and mortar stores. So it acts as like a test for all of them. And if you end up not wanting to have a brick and mortar at the end of it, it's just a way for you to connect with your customers in real life and build a community when you wouldn't necessarily have the option to, because you're typically just an online brand.
Very cute.
Yeah. Fun little fact there, but they always have really cool up and coming brands. Like I think hundreds of businesses apply to be a part of it, and only like 8 or 9 get selected. So like 1987 Active, always recommend checking them out. There's like a coffee shop, and like they're all different. Like you're not going to see like 2 of the same anywhere, you know, but they're all like local to Boston too. So that's always fun to check out.
Yeah, that's super cute.
They also have outdoor fitness classes in that area on that greenery.
I was just about to say, they have them all through the summer. I think I posted the board on our Instagram story the other day. But they have like a schedule throughout the summer, and you can do like yoga classes, HIIT classes, and it's all outside. They have like a DJ, so they're like bumping music, and it's just like an outdoor fitness class, and people just go. You bring like your little yoga mat, and it's so fun. I did it back when they've been doing this for years. Like I did it back when I interned for the summer, and yeah, it's packed all the time after work. It's so fun.
I believe it. I know it's so like far from where I am, but I really want to make it out to Seaport more often. I literally went to Cisco for the first time all summer last weekend or 2 weekends ago with you.
Yes, you did.
And it was my first time. I feel like there's a lot of Cisco haters out there just because it's something that can get like super repetitive. But I love Cisco.
Cisco.
I really love the new location. I think it's bigger. I think the layout is more conducive to like different like vibes, which I enjoy.
Yeah. No, I like it too. They also sell cocktails now. Their Paloma is so good.
Yeah.
Literally, this episode is making me realize how much I just eat and drink in this city. But, you know, it makes you have a good time. But I also love Cisco. I would recommend, though, like more of an after work drink spot. I don't love going there on the weekends. I think it's the perfect outdoor space in the summer to go grab a drink with coworkers. Personally.
Very nice. Very nice. I need to make it out there, except like I don't have coworkers. Haha.
I'll be your coworker.
Perfect. The ICA. I can't speak to this, but you can.
I love the ICA. So the ICA is the Contemporary Art Museum. It's in the Seaport. It has a really cool architecture building. Oh my god, wait, do you remember, I don't know if this was in the fall or whatever, but they had these little seats outside and they spun around. That was one of the most wholesome mornings ever.
Yeah.
But they just had these cool circle chairs that balanced on like an axis.
Yeah.
Because, you know, cool contemporary art. But yeah, you can walk through. They have different exhibits that go on for certain periods of time. I went to a Virgil Abloh exhibit, and it was the coolest art exhibit I've ever been to. I'm not really huge into art.
Was that before or after he passed?
It was before.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And they had this rug exhibit, and they just like stacked all of his like rugs up and, you know, called it art. And they had this one, and it was a green one, and it said wet grass in quotes. And I thought about it every day for like over a week, and then I went on Etsy and purchased a like similar rug, and now it's sitting in my apartment.
Are you gonna bring that with you to your next place?
I am. It's gonna go in our living room.
Hell yeah.
I'll show you the layout.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, very exciting. But yeah, highly would recommend the ICA. It's a very cool like little spot, specifically if you can see when their exhibits are popping up, and if you go to one that you're interested in.
Very much down. I feel like that's a great thing to do, like when it's hot outside, but also when it's cold outside.
Yeah. Also, sorry, one more thing to say on this. My coworker just got married at the ICA.
What?
Isn't that sick?
What?
I don't know if it was outside or inside. I have no idea. I just ran into him on the street, and he was like, "Oh, I'm actually getting married at the ICA next weekend." And I was like, "What? I didn't even know you could do that. That is so cool."
Damn.
It's also right on the water. Also, Red Bull hired like their extreme divers the other weekend, and then professional divers were diving off of the ICA into the Boston Harbor. They put on like a whole show.
That's so cool.
So they always have events like that. I think the other weekend they also had some type of concert music festival. So if you just look it up, they have a lot of events.
Damn. Yeah, there is an outdoor like amphitheater over there. Yeah. And I know that some people, if they have boats, I've been on a boat or two in that area before, and you can like, whenever there's a concert, you could just like pull up with a boat and like listen. You can't see anything obviously, but you can hear because it's like right there.
That's cool.
I feel like that's a good little rendezvous of Seaport. Do we have any knots?
I would just say my only knot is I think living there is tough.
Yes.
After it really was on my bucket list, but after searching for what's there, it's really expensive.
Yeah.
It really, really is.
Totally.
But other than that and it's windy.
Yeah.
And I don't do well with wind. But
yeah,
other than that, Seaport is great.
Oh my god, you're so right. So fun little quirk about me is I'm allergic to the cold. Like,
literally.
Fully, like you think that's like a joke, but it's not. And when I had my most recent allergic reaction, I was in the Seaport.
There it is.
Holy moly. I feel like there was a lot that we didn't touch upon. I feel like Coquette's in the Seaport.
I've never been there, though. I can't speak to that.
Coquette is a newer, I think it's French.
Yeah, I think it's a French cocktail bar.
Yes. The food is pretty good, too. But it's in the lobby of the Omni Hotel, which is
Isn't that where you and Matt went on your first date? Or am I making that up?
That was a first date.
I love knowing all the facts of your relationship.
Yeah, that was like the second place on the first date, though, because we went to Pizza Hut first.
Pizza Hut?
I'm kidding. No, we went to this is actually a really funny story. So we went to a pizza place in the Seaport, and it was perfect, so we thought, because we thought we found a place that neither of us had been to before. And as you all know, because I've shared before, like, we're very adventurous eaters. We like to try new things. So we're like, oh, like, neither of us have gone to this place, so let's head there. And then we walk in, and it was literally the vibe of like a Pizza Hut. Like, it was, lights were on, like, vibe was off. There was like kids soccer teams with their parents there. They sat us in the middle of the restaurant, like, with the lights on, even though there was like no one else like anywhere around. And it was just comical. Like, we sat down and they were like, okay, so the kitchen's closing in like 30 minutes, so you need to get your order in. It was like 8:30 at night. And in that moment, Matt thought to himself, I'm never going to see this fucking girl again. And I was still like a vibe. Like, it was just like honestly comical. It turns out that I ended up ordering like the only thing on the menu that he disliked. He
What
like
did you
hates
get?
eggplant.
Oh.
And they had like eggplant fries that just looked interesting. Like, I just wanted to try them. And he was just pretending to like eat them, and I found it out later. He's like, you literally ordered the only thing on the menu that I fucking despised.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
But yeah, so to make up for it, once we got literally thrown out of the place with kids kicking and screaming everywhere, we ended up making up the evening at Coquette, and it was great. But I would recommend that place. They actually have a gin and tonic menu. So it's all different, like, it would be gin and tonics is like the basis, but they have like different like infusions. They have one with like blackberries and like citrus, and like it's just like a little different.
Yeah, I definitely really want to go. It's really hard to get a reservation there.
Yeah, I feel like you just go and sit at the bar. There's also right across the street from Coquette is, I forget what it's called. It's like the convention center, but they have a lot of comedy shows there. I don't remember who I saw.
Is that Laugh Boston?
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen a couple of
They have a lot of good
there.
comedians that come in there. That's
Yeah.
a good one. We got to move on from Seaport.
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay. So what would you rate it overall?
I would rate it an 8.
I think I'm going to go 7. It feels basic to me.
Yeah.
Like, I think probably 90% of the spots we just mentioned, all of you have probably heard.
That's very true.
Like, there's no
like
no
a
hidden gems. Yeah. Jinx. Okay. Next up.
Somerville.
Okay, so we're going to rope this one into Cambridge / Somerville.
Okay, what's the vibe of Cambridge? I feel like Cambridge and Somerville have completely different vibes.
They do with slight overlap.
Okay.
Who do we want to start with? Cambridge?
Yes.
Cambridge gives me smart, Harvard, MIT student vibes, but also crunchy granola, earthy bookworms.
Yes.
Like, they like to hike, probably have a dog, love to sit in a coffee shop and read.
Yep.
They're all runners.
They're
Everybody
all
loves to run.
runners.
Track star, they're rowers.
Or they're like yogis.
Yes.
There's no in between.
Nope.
Maybe a Pilates here and there, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Hot yoga.
Yeah. That's the vibe that Cambridge gives me.
Yep, I'd agree. I could not have said that better myself. In terms of Somerville.
Somerville is people that can't afford to live in the city quite yet, probably fresh out of school. Tufts is right there. Also a lot of students. Davis Square gives me, that's an area in Somerville.
Yeah.
Gives me similar crunchy granola runner rower vibes.
Yep.
That Cambridge gives. Anywhere else in Somerville is more up and coming, probably a local family.
Yeah.
They've lived here their whole lives.
Yeah. It's a very, like, it's in the process of being, like, gentrified. Like, there's still a lot of people that have lived here forever, like, in houses.
Yeah.
Definitely not a city vibe.
No.
Both places, not city vibes at all.
No.
But close enough to the city.
A really good alternative if you want to just be close to the city but not right downtown.
Yeah, and not pay city prices, although it is getting much pricier over here.
Honestly, like, Cambridge is so expensive.
Oh, yeah.
You go to Harvard Square, even Kendall Square, like, they're still pretty expensive.
Yeah, no, I believe it. But what you'd find is just more residential vibes. Like, one of my favorite things to do is drive through Cambridge. Like, it is so gorgeous in that area.
It's so pretty. I love Cambridge.
Especially in the fall.
Yeah.
It's so great. Yeah. I think you did both of those justice.
Okay.
So we both lived in Somerville for over a year. You
Yes.
still live in Somerville.
Yes.
I would say a pro or hot is Assembly Square in general.
Yeah.
Like, we lived on that side. We didn't live on the Davis Porter side. So we lived in the area that was, like, not what people not what people were thinking of when we said that we lived in Somerville.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very much like a different kind of area that we probably wouldn't have enjoyed unless Assembly was right there. Because it is far. It's not very walkable to anything.
No, I can't walk out of my apartment.
Yeah, that's not lovely.
No, it's not. That's why I wanted to move. But Assembly Row has every single thing you could imagine.
Yep.
It has an Earl's. It has a Trader Joe's. It has a Christmas tree shop. We have a Starbucks. There are fitness centers. I went to Tidal over there for a bit. There's a Home Depot. I might have already said Home Goods. There's an Ashley Furniture.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Bed Bath & Beyond. The T-Stop is there.
There's an outlet mall. So there's literally Nike, Puma,
Sephora,
Express, Sephora,
Banana Republic.
They have ice cream
Lego
shops,
store,
a movie theater,
like everything you could
bowling
need.
and arcade place.
Oh yeah, is that Lucky Strike? Am I thinking of that correctly?
Or Kings or Lucky Strike?
I think it's Lucky Strike.
I forgot.
Lucky Strike. Yeah, that's a really nice one too.
Yeah,
they have a juice bar.
Like, literally, like, cookie cutter outdoor mall, like anything you could ever need.
I actually love Assembly Row,
and it's on the water.
Yeah,
so like
you can walk along the Mystic River.
Yeah, it's really. I love Assembly Row.
I do too.
It's
they
so
have
cute.
so many new apartment buildings going up.
True.
I actually think that would be a great place to live. I feel like they're probably still just as expensive because they are brand new, but like to be able to walk out and around to every single thing you need and hop on the T right there.
It's the perfect compromise to, like, not living in the city but living in Somerville.
Exactly.
Yeah. But outside of that, Somerville is honestly known for some of the best restaurants in this area too.
Which unfortunately I have not been to.
Literally.
And I feel really guilty about that.
I know. I guess one that one of my roommates has been raving about is, I think it's called Sarma or Swarma.
I think it's called Sarma.
Sarma. I don't know if it's like Indian or Mediterranean. I think it's like might even be like Lebanese. I could be getting this very wrong, but maybe a mix of all of them. And it's a tapas place, and apparently it's like the best she's ever had in her life.
I've heard really good things about that place.
There's also, I think, is it Porto? That's the pizza place in Davis.
I don't know. Davis Square has a ton of places.
Yeah. Like, I don't think you could go wrong.
No. Yeah. They have, like, everything. It's, like, a cute little downtown. Davis Square Bagels and Donuts. Go and get the sausage, egg, and cheese. Choose spicy sausage and get it on a jalapeno cheddar bagel. When you're hungover, there will be a line, but it will be worth it. It is so good.
I've never had that before. I need that in my life.
You're missing out. And their donuts are also really good, obviously.
That brings me to Union Square Donuts. Union Square is really cute as well.
Yes, also very cute. Oh, also, have you been to Bow Market?
Yeah.
Bow Market's really cute in Somerville.
It is.
It's like this cute, it's like a triangle. And they have like cute little shops. A lot of them there's like a vintage like record store. There's a plant store. There's a vintage bookstore.
There's like a paper store.
Yeah, there's a restaurant on the bottom. It
There's
gets
like
very cute.
Yeah. They have like a brewery on the bottom. They have a few different restaurant vendors on the bottom.
If you want a wholesome little Saturday or Sunday, go there.
Definitely.
Three Little Figs. Have you been there?
Yes.
That's really good. It's a cute little coffee shop. You can go and get like a lavender iced coffee, latte, whatever it may be. Very good. I think that's all I have for Somerville.
Yeah.
Oh, but there is this little place
There's
I like
a lot
to
of
call.
breweries in Somerville. Somerville
Oh,
and
so
Cambridge are
true.
known for that. Winter Hill Brewing, Aeronaut Brewing. Those are literally the only two I've been to. But
they are
lot.
known for breweries.
Breweries, yeah.
Breweries. That's a hard word to say. But we're missing a very important piece that we can't leave out of Somerville. There's a cute little dive bar in Davis Square called The Burren. You may or may not have heard us a couple episodes ago saying we were just about to head to The Burren for the night.
Yeah.
Courtney, how'd that go?
It was eventful. That's all I got to say.
We got kicked out of the dive bar.
No, we didn't get kicked out. We didn't get let in, and then we snuck in, and then we got kicked out.
That's a better way to say it.
Ashley, why did we get kicked out of the bar? Or not let in the first place?
So we're Ubering from Kendall Square, Cambridge. Very fitting. We Ubered over. We were coming from like a little housewarming party. We're like, all right, let's go to the Burren. Never been. I've lived in Somerville for 2 years. My hometown friends are there. Like, let's go meet them out. So we go there. We're coming from a house party. So naturally, I have a seltzer in my hand that I brought into the Uber with me. We go. The
she
seltzer's
says naturally,
empty.
no one else had a can in their
Okay,
hand.
guys, you're leaving from one place to another. It's late in the night. I was drinking a seltzer. Like, I didn't even think twice about it. Okay. I wasn't like, oh, let me crack one open for the road. It was just, it happened to be in my hand. Like, I didn't think about it.
This is true.
So we're all getting out of the Uber. I step outside. I go to like take my last sip. There's nothing in the can. I was just like, oh, let me just get the last sip. I respectfully put it in the garbage can on the side of the road. I put it away. I turn my smiling face and I walk up to the bar and he goes, you can't come in. I just saw you drink out of that open container. I did not try to walk into the bar with my drink. I was not being obnoxiously drunk or rude. I was self-contained. He just happened to see me sip out of a can that I then put into a garbage can. And he told me I couldn't come in because of an open container rule.
Yep. He said that Camila and I could go in, but you couldn't. And we all just looked at him like, wait, are you serious right now?
The three best looking women probably to walk into that bar. Like, actually
Guys,
dressed up.
It's a dive bar. It's
like, so shitty.
Bar.
Why are you taking your job so seriously?
Well, no, there were like 3 bouncers, and they were just like, it is a Massachusetts law. Like, we
no
cannot.
other bar cares.
No, there are some that care. But
why are you defending them?
No, because this is a thing.
This is not a thing.
This is a thing. That's why I make sure that I don't have a container in my hand.
Guys, you let me know if this is a thing. Anyways.
It is a thing. But wait, the story gets better.
Yes.
So what do we decide to do? So before that happens, we're like, okay, like let's just go around the corner. Maybe let's switch a shirt. Maybe you have your hair up, so I'll put my hair down, and we'll change hairstyles. We'll switch a shirt, and we'll walk back up, and everything will be fine. Mm-hmm. We waltz our asses back up, and they go, "Are you fucking kidding me? We know exactly who you are," and we're just like, they actually go. They go, "That was really cute. That was like a nice try." And we just start dying of laughter. And we're all just staring at them like in disbelief. Like, we're not intoxicated.
No.
We're totally fine. And we're just like, wait, are you being serious? Like, we literally couldn't believe what was
happening. They were like joking at first. No. I was super confused.
Yes.
It's not like I'm falling over, like trying to bring my drink in. Like, it was nothing crazy.
Yeah. No, it's just comical. Okay, back to where you were.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about later when we left.
No, yes.
So then my friends come out. There's like a little outdoor patio. We're literally standing directly in front of this bouncer, just like chit-chatting. We're probably there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like just talking outside, and he's letting
up.
us like converse with like the people that are technically inside the bar, and all that's separating us is a little gate.
Yeah. No, it's like a little plant.
Yeah. So we're just talking, and we're like, all right, man. After 20 minutes, we're like, are you really not going to listen? He goes, no, I can't. And I'm like, you are literally so dumb. I hate you.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, whatever. So we walk around the corner. We're like, let's sneak in the back. So we walk around the corner and we go down the alleyway, parking lot, whatever. And there's a back door open.
And this is a back door that people were using to take a little smoke break outside. So there were some people smoking cigarettes, and there was a door that was just wide the fuck open.
So we walked right in.
So we're like, we're literally walking through the hallways, and we're like, these bouncers are so dumb. Like, this is the easiest entrance to walk through. There's not a singular person monitoring this doorway. Like, that's so stupid of them. So we make it in, and I've never been in this bar before.
No.
Guys, it was huge.
Massive.
Packed. Everyone was like relatively our age. Like, it looked like everyone was having a time in there, and we're like, we're in, let's fucking go.
Less than 20 seconds of being in.
No, like literally 10 seconds in, once we thought we were in, all of a sudden we have three large men,
very large men,
coming
talking
in all different
like,
angles.
yeah, I have them.
All different angles. He's like, three just entered the back door. Three, which ones are they? What is she wearing? This, that, blah, blah, blah.
We were literally like spies in a spy movie, and they had caught the target. Like, it was unbelievable how laser focused they were on us.
I think like Camila went into the bathroom, or you went into the bathroom to like hide or something.
Camila did.
And then Camilo tried to tell the bouncer, because he was on the radio, and we're like, guys, like, we're literally 25 years old. It's like, you don't need to throw us out right now. Like, everything's fine. And they're like, well, we're already talking all about you on the radio. And Camila's like, no, please, like, don't tell them on the radio that we're here, because we honestly, she like tried to eventually just like tell them the truth, hoping that this guy was going to be chill. And she was like, it's gonna, like, they're gonna throw us out, like, there was an open container, like, seeing if that would like work. And the guy was just like, nope. And so then like all like 5 bouncers escorted us out.
All 5, like, through this entire bar, because we entered through the back, so we had to walk all the way through the bar to the front.
Everyone was staring
at
at
us. And the mean bouncer,
us.
the one that was like, you guys can't come in, was like, if you keep it up, you're never gonna be allowed back here. And I was like,
I never want to come back here,
babes,
dude.
I've never been here before. I will not be coming back.
Yeah. Literally. It was so funny though. But we literally exited the building, and we were like, did we just get fucking thrown out of a Somerville dive bar?
How embarrassing.
We didn't make it in, and then we snuck in, and then we got kicked out. Guys, it was really, really funny.
We did it for the plot.
You had to be there.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you like are kind of there.
Yeah.
Now.
Hopefully we painted that picture well for you.
Yeah.
So go to the burn, I guess, but just leave your drinks at home.
Jesus. Okay. And Cambridge.
Okay, Cambridge, we gotta wrap it up. Cambridge is cute. I would go to Harvard Square. My number one rec is Felipe's. Go to their rooftop. It's huge. Once again, get a spicy marg. They have like
$7 drinks, and they're so good.
They're so good. It's like Chipotle style, but authentic Mexican. You can get a burrito and a marg. I mean, like, what more can you ask for?
You literally get a burrito and like 2 margs for under $20, and it's just amazing.
I went the other night though, planning to go like for a rooftop. The line out the back door to get on the rooftop, longest line I've seen in Boston.
What?
Like, I could, aside from Southie, I could not believe how long the line was. And this was at like 11 o'clock. I'm like, guys, by the time you get up there, it's going to be last call. I couldn't believe it. So I would go like after work, or like during the day on the weekends or something when it's not super busy, or just go early if you want it to make like your night out there.
Yeah.
But I would say it's more of like a chill rooftop and chill vibe.
Yeah, definitely. I don't spend too much time in Cambridge, to be honest. Every time I go, I'm like, I need to spend more time, but I feel like I always go for the same little places. Like Felipe's, I love Bluestone Lane Cafe.
Yeah.
It's like right next to Felipe's, but it's also a chain. But it's just like a really good Australian inspired cafe.
Across the way, there's Alden and Harlow. I don't know if you've been there.
Yeah.
They do like little tapas, really good for like a girls' night out. Great cocktails again.
It's also like, I feel like a hinge date spot. Like, I feel like that's always a place I got asked out to.
I think you
back
went
in
on
the
a
day.
hinge date there.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I like that place. Honestly, I definitely need to explore Cambridge more. I will say Kendall Square is a vibe. I have a bunch of recs that I forgot to write down because I didn't think we were going to touch on Cambridge. But Little Donkey's there, and there's a place down the street. Oh, I think it's called Brick and Mortar, and it's just a cocktail bar, and it's on that same street. Really cool, like hole-in-the-wall place. Definitely not something that everybody knows about. Would recommend. Also, I went to an escape room. It's called Red Fox or something. Time of my life.
Count me out.
Why do you not like escape rooms?
No, I feel like I would just feel claustrophobic and terrified that I was never going to find my way out.
No, it is so fun. I would do an escape room once a week. I love it.
Damn.
It is such a great feeling when you solve a puzzle.
Damn.
You're like, yes, I got into the next room. It's so cool, like how it all works together. Would highly recommend. What would you rate Somerville? And then let's rate Cambridge.
Okay, Somerville, a -2. No, I'm kidding. I'd rate it like a 5.5.
Okay, I would rate it a 7 if you're in Davis Square, a 6 if you're in the Winter Hill area where we lived.
I'm giving it a 5.5, knowing that I didn't take full advantage of everything that it has to offer too, though. If I were in like a Davis or Porter Square area, I feel like I would have enjoyed it more. I thought it was great for the time being, but now that I made a step up in my life, I'm like, oh damn, like you realize like how it was great for the time being. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I think it's a really good fresh out of college,
yeah,
like first place in the city. You can find something affordable, and there's definitely still options here.
For sure.
And yeah, Cambridge.
I'd rate it like a 6.8.
I'd give it a 6, not because I don't like Cambridge, but it's just not my type of people.
Yeah.
It's not my type of thing.
What, you don't like earthy, crunchy?
No, I'm not really a nature girly. I don't know if you could pick up on that.
Oh boy. Stay awake.
Guys, I didn't realize we could talk about Boston topics for so long.
I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. I think it's fun, and it's also making me realize that I need to be more of a tourist in my own city.
Definitely.
I feel like you could just never go wrong, you know, continuing to explore. But we're at the final little area of Boston,
yes.
And we saved the best for last. Or is it the best? I don't really know.
Definitely debatable.
Sorry, not sorry if this is about to be controversial. We're talking about the infamous Southie.
South Boston.
Let's do a little overview.
Okay. Tell me the vibe of Southie. Who lives there?
People who wish that they were still in college. I would like to say people that are between the ages of like 22 and maybe 30. 30 might even be a stretch.
I think that's a stretch a little bit, but there's definitely still people that are 30s.
Yes. It's definitely been a place in Boston that's been up and coming over the years. Like even when I talk to my parents about like, oh yeah, I'm going to Southie, I'm going to South Boston, they're like, oh, be careful, because it was like, it really wasn't a good area back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's right along the water. It's right along, what is it called? Castle Island.
Mm-hmm.
There's it's a lot more residential. But it's essentially like College Part 2. It's a very young city, or a young part of the city. When you're walking around, you're seeing all people carrying like alcohol that they just came from the liquor store. It's all just like people in their younger professional lives just trying to have some fun and live in the dream.
Yeah, I would say it's people with probably 3 to 4 roommates, fresh out of college. They're taking the bus into downtown because that's where they work. They really don't leave Southie. On the weekends, they're hitting the main bars. They're waiting in the lines. This is where your short kings are living, or short Boston kings.
Not the dig at the short kings.
That's their home. That's their home base.
Oh, that's where all the sales guys live.
All the sales guys. Joe is one of them. Sales guy, fresh out of college. He lived there with his 2 other roommates. It's honestly a bucket list item, I think, for a lot of people.
For most people.
They graduate, they move to Southie with all their best friends from college.
Exactly. And is it wrong of us to knock it before we try it?
No.
Okay, perfect.
My criteria was I will not be living in Southie.
That is exactly how I felt.
Yes.
And no shame to those that do. I mean, I understand the appeal for sure. That's just not exactly what I care to be in 24/7. I also just think that the technicalities of living there, like, not great. There's not a T-stop that you can easily get to from Southie. There are still more of those like not so great parts, like especially by like Andrew Square, like
yes,
terrifying sometimes. And then also parking is a bitch because you're living out of the city a little bit more. You have more of a genuine need for a car, but so does every other person that is living there. And when each house has like around 4 people living in it, like parking is impossible.
It is.
So even people that have cars in Southie, they can't, like, they find a parking spot and they don't want to move their car. They don't want to leave the parking spot because they're afraid that they're gonna have
people
not find
circle
it again
for
hours
long.
just to find a parking spot.
Yes.
But not to, start with all the knots, like,
yeah,
there's some hots about Southie as well.
Yeah, we can get into the hots. So okay, so some hots about Southie. Reasons maybe why you might want to live there.
Totally.
You're around people your age. You're
young, hot fun.
Young, hot fun, exactly. Like, you can definitely find like a little weekend beau, a Southie Sunday beau. You meet up on every Sunday at one of the 4 bars, like, reliable.
Yes.
Good for the hookup scene, I would say. If you're a single gal, single guy, like, you're probably living in Southie, like, trying to date a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Once again, like you said, you're right on the beach. So you can go like rollerblading, biking. A lot of people run down there.
M Street Beach is popping over the summer.
Oh my God, it is packed. Also, I just joined a volleyball league that you were supposed to do with me, but it's okay. It's with Volo. So a lot of Volo is like this. I think it's in other cities as well, but like, it's big in Boston, and they have a bunch of different sports leagues, and a lot of them are based out of Southie. I think they also have them in like East Boston and MIT area. They're like all over the city, but because South Boston has like Carson Beach area, so I signed up for beach volleyball. So every Thursday you can come watch me play. And you join with the team, and they also do like kickball on other times of the year and softball, and like, it's a great way to meet people. So that's another cool part of Southie, because I think a lot of people that live in that area also sign up for Volo leagues.
So what you're explaining is college.
No, exactly.
No, you're explaining like the intramural sports. You're explaining the dating and the hookup culture, or the beau culture, which I've never heard come out of your mouth before, but I really like the term.
Yeah.
It's definitely a place to still have fun in your young professional life.
Yes.
Because everyone that's out there, I feel, is really down for the vibe that you moved there for. Like, it's just like the stereotype that is very much true of the area.
I also think it's really hard to meet people in Boston, and if you live in Southie, I think it's a lot easier to meet new people.
For sure.
But that's, at the same time, I also feel like people that move to Southie, because they have a lot of roommates, they probably know their clique almost, and I feel like it can be very, like, you have your group, and I could feel like it's hard to penetrate those groups.
Yeah, I think it's definitely easier to penetrate them, if you so will, when you're there. I feel like it's extra hard for Somerville girlies or South End girlies like us to then enter the Southeast scene trying to make friends that way.
I would agree.
Yeah. But let's like continue on the food theme, considering that's been the theme of every other area. I'm gonna say Fat Baby.
Okay.
It's owned by like the same owners as Loco and maybe a couple of others. I love the drinks and just like quick, easy sushi. I feel like it's more of a smaller, more intimate vibe than any of the others, like core 4 or 5 places that people go to in Southie. And I just think it's a great date spot. It's a great like girls like sitting at a bar spot, intimate and low key with really good food.
Yeah, I would say the same. I like it. I think it's a little overpriced, a little overhyped, but like it's good.
Yeah.
It's fine. I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to go to Fat Baby, but like if you're in the area and you want sushi, great place to go.
Totally.
Right down the street is 6 West. That's the rooftop bar. I don't like it.
That's
but like,
not on my list.
I wouldn't recommend, but like if you want a rooftop, I did, however, go in the winter time / spring time, and they had like these little boxes almost. Think of like a cabinet, but it's like life size, and you can go in and you basically have a private booth with like a shutting door.
Oh,
and me and all my friends got one, and it was actually so fun.
Interesting.
So would recommend that.
Interesting. Loco.
I love Loco. I'm a Loco stan.
Yes, me too. The quesadillas are amazing. The tacos are amazing.
Oysters.
The bowls, the oysters.
The coconut margs.
Yeah, guys. Hack if you're a spicy margarita gal, but you also dabble in the coconut marg space because they really do make the best. You can actually ask for a spicy coconut marg.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Really?
I think I always just do coconut.
So, oh my God, it is so good. But you need to make sure some bartenders there suck and others are just like so good. I don't know the names of any of them because I don't go that often. But when I see one that I've had before, I like specifically go to that person. There's like a guy there. I think I follow him on Instagram. I don't know his name though. But they don't mix like the spicy mix in. They use like pretty much ghost tequila in the coconut marg recipe. And they have like a mix of like coconut flakes and chili flakes on the rim. And it is literally one of the best cocktails.
That sounds so good.
Yes.
Another cool thing about Loco is in more recent times, they just opened up a back room, which is like a lounge vibe. I think I've only been once with like you and Chrissy.
Yeah.
But you can go in the back and it's totally like a lounge. It's a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
So very cool. Gives me bottle service energy,
Yeah.
but more chill.
Every time I've been there, there's been like a Bruins player there or something that I don't recognize, but someone I'm with recognizes.
Yes.
It's like one of those vibes. Like you can like, it's just dark and you can not be seen if you don't want to be seen type thing.
Yeah. Would recommend.
Yes. American Provisions. So that is a deli in Southie, but I think it's more of like, it's very interesting. Like it's like a breakfast sandwich type place, but also I guess a sandwich and like prepackaged food, not prepackaged, but prepared foods. And there's also like a liquor store in the back, but it's like a very quaint market. And they have amazing lattes, and I just love going and like grabbing something from there and then heading to Castle Island and just like sitting outside and like having a little picnic.
That sounds really nice. I've never been there, and fun fact, I've also never been to Castle Island.
What?
I just saw it for the first time when I went on Godzilla. That's a story for another time.
Shut up.
But I saw it, and Joe was like, "Oh my God, look, Castle Island!" And I was like, "Wow, I've never actually seen that."
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I used to do that all the time during the fall/winter. It's like if it was like kind of a nice enough day for a walk, I would go and I'd take a walk over there.
Yeah.
Just a way to get outside. And I apparently there's this place attached to it that I've never been to before called Gray's Hall. And it's like a wine bar and charcuterie place.
First one on the list.
Oh my gosh. Have you been?
No, I haven't. So I have a list here of my friend lives in Southie, my coworker who I was with tonight, and I was telling her about the episode that we're doing, and she wrote down a couple things. So that was top of her list. I've never been, but Gray's Hall, that I definitely want to go now.
There's also like a place called Ironworks, apparently. It's like a bar, and attached to it is this place called Pickle. And it's a pickleball. Is that on the list too?
That's also on the list.
It's an indoor pickleball court.
That's also a bar, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's like a lounge and a pickleball like court bar situation.
Yeah, so shout out to Nicole who gave me this list, but we're going on a double date there in the near future. We're going to play pickleball.
That's so fun. I've been dying to play pickleball, TBH.
You were the first one to tell me about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, with the Recess brand?
Yeah, I still want to order from Recess.
I know. Me too.
Maybe I'll do that tonight. I need to just pull the trigger and do it.
You've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about you know, the Southie bars.
Yeah.
Is there any aside from Loco that you vibe with?
No. So, I really don't like Southie. So I don't mean to shit all over it, but it's just not my vibe. But they have a good Goodwill there. I got a cool jacket there. But back to the bars. Anyways, so there's 4 bars there. We already mentioned Loco. The other one is Capo, Lincoln, and Broadway. I don't really vibe with any of them. I used to kind of be a Capo basement stan. So Capo's like an Italian restaurant, but in the basement, you guys probably already know this, but
Yes.
it's like a lounge bar.
Live music,
DJ.
dancing.
They do. I forget what day of the week it is. I want to say like Wednesday. They have all you can eat pasta. They'll also have. I've never been, so maybe I would like it then. I think I would just feel sick after, to be honest. But they also have like comedians come and stuff like that. So I think entertainment wise, I think it could be cool for that. I do really like Capo's food. Broadway has good pizza. I would only get takeout and then maybe like go to the beach. Lincoln, I have no interest in. We've been there for brunch. I think I kind of liked it. I think that's all I have to say about it. Broadway, every time I go, it's usually with you and I usually get too drunk. But now I'm thinking maybe it's not the places we're going. I think it's the company I'm with.
Yeah.
Where I'm getting to a level that's I should simmer down at.
So my issue with Southie is it's very cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
I've like actually gone out in Southie and have like literally had like an experiment in my head. Toxic, I don't know, but I'm like, I want to see if anyone like comes up to me. And not to say that I need someone to come up to me, but I feel like I'm very easy to like make friends. Like I'm very easy to talk to people. And I, without fail, like go out to the Loco, Broadway, like literally all of them, all 4 of them. And not a singular person will like try to even like pick me up, not even knowing that I'm in a relationship, you know, like not a singular person trying to hit on me unless it's like sometimes it happens, but like people don't even come up to you to spark a conversation. All the girls are like with their little squad of girls, and I feel like it's a little bit intimidating. Granted, maybe I'm in a squad and I'm intimidating, but I feel like it just shouldn't be that way. Like, how does one make friends in the city of Boston, specifically in Southie? Not that I need to make friends in Southie.
Yeah.
But what fun is that? You know, it's like, great. It's fun to go out with people, but I think a nice part of going out is meeting other people and making new friends. And I've just simply never had that experience in Boston. And specifically Southie.
Yeah. And you would just expect it so much more in Southie because everyone's your age, like fresh out of college, like most likely like also wanting to meet new people, but it's not very inviting.
Yeah. I don't really understand what's going on there. Maybe it's me, you know?
No, it's not.
But I kid you not, I literally was there 2 weekends ago, and I saw a bunch of people that I knew from not high school. Oh my God, what year am I? How old am I? No, I saw a bunch of people from college across the bar, and I was like, holy shit, like I can't be in the same room as them and like not say hi because I hadn't seen them in so long. And they were talking with like new friends of theirs or maybe just like people they met out at a bar. And like I walk up to the group and I was very much an outsider and all I got was dirty looks. Like not even a hello. It's like, oh my God, like I'm like rekindling with friends and these people looking at me like, who the fuck are you and why are you here?
Yeah, I don't know what the energy
vibe
is.
that I always get. Yeah. Honestly, I have like made friends in like the Loco line or like when you're like trauma bonding over having to wait for something ridiculous like that.
We also didn't even mention the lines.
Oh yeah, that's a huge knot. It's a huge knot.
I think that's a bit. I do not like waiting, so the reason I also don't really like a lot of these bars is because there's always a line. It's a Saturday night, you have to hop in the line at 8 p.m. to get in. But anyways, I 100% agree with you with the vibe. However, if you're on a GNO and you just want to go out with the girls, those bars could be a really good option. You want to go to brunch, you want to go to dinner and then go out after. Like those are all really good options if you have like a big group.
Totally. And if you've found success in expanding your friend group in Southeast some way, somehow, let a girl know how you did it.
Yeah. give us some tips.
Yeah.
Trying to make new friends here.
Yeah. Or like if you want to be friends, like just let us know, because I could use some friends.
Same.
No, it's not even like it's like a void in my life. But like, for example, I was at the Jersey Shore on a girls trip with like random girls from New York City this past weekend. And it's just so easy to make friends in other cities. And I don't understand why Boston is so difficult.
I know.
Like everyone's just so down to meet each other. Like everyone that I was with, it's like they were coworkers or a coworker's friend, or they had met each other a couple of times and now they go out together every single time. And it's just like, how do we make that a theme in Boston?
We can actively try.
We can.
We're going to work on it. That's what the You Can Do Both family is all about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Love.
So yeah, that would be my not, is that it's cliquey.
Yeah.
Definitely a not. But just a couple of other things, and by a couple I mean mainly one. In the hot list, this is also a recommendation I got from someone who lives in Southie. A place called Love Child. It's basically a mix between a liquor store and like a floral shop. And the way that it was described to me is that it's a liquor store for the girlies and the gays, because it's all like artisan, very like cool and like trendy things. And so you kind of go for like a shoppable like experience, like, ooh, like you want to try this because it's like a lavender flavor, like whatever it is. And the whole purpose of it is to like, you know, not have like just racks of like Bud Lights, like, you know what I mean? And I guess they have like a day drinking club on Saturdays where you get testers from 1 to 3 p.m. There's also like a floral subscription where they'll send you like some sort of installation or arrangement every month. Like, that's really cool.
Yes.
And I feel like there's
really
more
cool.
places like that. Like Southie is the spot for like all the trendy new spots.
Yeah.
Some of them might be chooky and maybe a little bit overdone or over trendy, but I will say like they get like cream of the crop, like supposed to be upcoming and cool.
Yes, I would agree with you. I do really want to go. I want to get flowers and alcohol from that store, Love Child, that you just mentioned.
Totally.
I think that's all I really have on Southie. I can't really speak too much on other recs because I just don't go there.
Yeah. And if you live in Southie, or you have other Southie recs that maybe you listen to this and you're like, girls, they're going to the wrong spots. That's why they have like this like negative
trauma
perception on Southie. Please let us know. We want to love it, but
yeah,
TBH,
always open to recs.
Don't know if it's there for me.
I think it has the potential, but you know, we're not gonna be diehard Southie fans, and that's okay.
Totally.
Before that kind of concludes our boroughs. However, I just have a couple other like Boston recs in general.
I know we haven't rated Southie.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's rate Southie. 4.
Perfect. Same. Twins.
Giving it a hard 4.
Guys, it's 11 p.m. I can't believe we're still podcasting. It's way past Ashley's bedtime.
I know it really is. I have to be in the office tomorrow too, but that's okay. Hold on, I have a couple other ones that I have to include.
Yes.
Granite Links is in Quincy. It's outside the city. It is a stunning golf course. You can go there and go to the driving range. Really good date spot.
Fun.
If anybody has clubs, like go with your friends. It's so fun. They also have a bar right next to the driving range. Super fun, really cool, like great to do in the summer, fall, springtime. Highly recommend. It's so beautiful. Another rec I have is on Instagram. You can follow this account. It's called the Boston Calendar or something. I'll link it on our Instagram, but if you follow them, they'll post like all events that are happening that week or weekend.
That's fun.
And they always have the link in their bio. And it's really, I mean, some of it's kind of like silly, but they'll be like, oh, open mic night. There's a stand up here. There's a farmer's market. Also, we didn't mention the whole like downtown Faneuil Hall area.
I know.
But there's like, that's a whole nother like section of Boston.
There's also the West Side. Like there's more than just what we talked about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, in the West End, kind of Back Bay, the Liberty Hotel, I would highly recommend. They have like drink there's like a bar, but just straight up the Liberty Hotel bar is a lounge in itself. You can go up like 3 floors and it's like all balconies that look down into the middle. It used to be an old jail. It's very, very cool. Overpriced drinks, but like you can kind of get dressed up and go for like a good GNO or a date night.
That's cool.
Those were the ones I wanted to include.
Yeah. I feel like these are more standard, but like Mariel and Mariel Underground, those are really fun like nightlife spots. We didn't really touch on like nightlife, but I feel like
that's just not our
not
vibe.
Us. Yeah.
So yeah.
And then also Yvonne's, which is the sister restaurant of Mariel, I believe. And that's like speakeasy vibes. Like if you're trying to go for like a sophisticated dinner where you're like sitting in front of like bookshelves.
It's really cool in there. But my bone to pick with them is that it's in downtown Crossing. And you obviously want to go at night. And it's so sketchy there.
It's not safe.
It's so sketchy. Like I don't know how cute, trendy girls they expect you to go to downtown Crossing at 10 p.m. on a Saturday and go to this place.
Seriously. That's so valid.
And this is the perfect opportunity to introduce you guys to a new You Can Do Both collab. So we've partnered with Birdie. For those who don't know Birdie, it's a women's safety company who created a tool to help women feel safe. So just to do this product justice, I have one in front of me and I'm just going to like read the back of it. Birdie's a company who cares about women's safety and they've created a tool to empower women everywhere. There's basically a pin on this. You can add it to your keychain. And they come in all different colors. And when you pull the pin out, it activates a high-pitched 130 dB sound. I couldn't tell you what that actually is, but it's very, very loud.
It's alarming.
Great description. Great description. And it also has a flashing light. So it comes on a solid brass keychain to bring with you around town, on the trail, across campus, and out at night. So you can carry Birdie with you with confidence and listen to your gut. So this is pretty cool. A fun fact is that Court and I actually had these before Birdie actually reached out to partner with us.
Yeah, very unknowingly too. My brother actually got me a Birdie. I don't know how he found out about it. He knew about it before I did. He got it for me as like Christmas present one year. And I was like, okay, kind of odd, but also kind of cute coming from like a younger brother. He knows that I like just moved to a bigger city. But yeah, it's essentially a tool that keeps you safe that's not as intimidating as pepper spray. I feel like back in the day, or still to this day, some people like to carry around pepper spray in like a little cute pink bottle. And yeah, the first time I don't know, experienced the pepper spray on my keychain, I accidentally activated it and may or may not have sprayed something in someone's eye. And I promise you will not have that experience with Birdie. So honestly, just makes you feel really, really safe. And it looks cute. Like Ash said, you can attach it to your purse, your wallet. It's a keychain. You can get any color you want, any design. And yeah, we're excited to share this with you, especially so suiting for this episode. Downtown, could be a little sketch.
Definitely. So for our You Can Do Both listeners, we have a discount code for you guys. So you can go to shesbirdie.com and use the code YouCanDoBoth15 for 15% off of your purchase.
And with that, we are going to be hosting an Instagram giveaway. Birdie was so kind enough to share 5 keychains with us, and more details will be within the caption. But if you comment a friend who should either own a Birdie or you think would really benefit from kind of hearing us talk every week, as everyone should, then get the word out about Birdie at the same time. Let people know that you listen to You Can Do Both, and it's a win-win for all involved.
Love that. So yeah, you guys can head over to the Instagram to see all the details. We'll include it in our post.
And that's a wrap. I think that's our first little You Can Do Both collab ad.
So exciting.
And back to the episode. Anyway, Boston, we heart you.
Thanks for listening to part 2. More to come, mostly in the South End. But let us know what you guys thought of this and if you go to any of our recommendations.
Totally. And we're accepting more recommendations.
Yes.
Okay. We love you. Thank you for listening. Per usual.
Love you.
Bye.